Haha, yes. Welcome back. What's up, everybody? Main Man Bennett here, back here and again, and welcome back to the Not Your Mama's Fantasy Football League, Volume 4. Thanks for joining me this week, last week, and next week. I'm in Florida. That's right, the state you would never think to go to, and then you go there, and you're there. So, hope everyone had a good week. I know mine's going pretty well. Let's get into these rankings. Shouldn't we? Shall we? Let's. Okay. Society. Okay. Well, 12th place. Moving right along. Bong Town Herbologists. That's right, are the 12th place team this week. Andrew's team did not get the victory against Samuel's team. We'll definitely be talking about his team later. Dak Prescott put up 25 points. It was not enough. What else can we say? You know, everything is still very close. 1-3, a 2-2, a 3-1. We're just still a couple games apart from each other. So he's got plenty of ground that he can make up. He has taken on the Fancy Lads this week, and it's becoming a must-win, but I won't say that. I will just think that. Moving on to the 11th place team, 1-1, 11, is Chateau St. Bargles Winery. That's right. Your favorite commissioner with the most. Got my first one of the year. Feel pretty good about it. Almost scored the most points of the week, but I, can't get too full of it. I know it was really because Tyreek Hill got 3 touchdowns. And, although he's incredible, how often is that going to happen? I don't know. I do not know. So, let's just move right along. 10th place team, of course, is Grand Salami time. Katie's team did not come up with a victory this week. Unfortunately, she took that L from the Winery. What can we say? Gronk will be back in action. Nick Chubb, Mike Evans, George Kittle. These guys are destined to improve. And they will have better weeks to come. So, there you go. Moving on to the 9th place team. 9th place team in these here rankings is StoleDaMike from Terry Swift. That's right. Big T down 3 spots as he lost to Master Cook. But honestly, Big Man T shouldn't be too down on himself. I know he takes this very seriously, maybe more seriously than most of you. But he's a proud man. He's a Turner, after all. And he's a proud father, a husband. These are my notes. And a recent homeowner. Congratulations for that. A nice split level, I noticed. I was watching on Instagram, and he's got a nice split level with a tree stump in the backyard. Is this too intimate? I mean, anyway. What can we say? This loss really came down to Monday Night Football. Mike Williams didn't do nothing. He could have did us something, and he did nothing. Whereas Jared Cook did enough. He actually was one of the better tight ends this week. So, what can we say? Moving on. 8th place team. The 8th place team in these here rankings is Team Robs. That's right, Team Robs. We're getting into these batch of the 2-2 teams. And Team Robs got the best of Team Diaper Funds. Big matchup. It ended up being a 4-point margin of victory. It's a very close margin. And really it was because Saquon Barkley had the best game of the year so far that he's had. Although he now has the next month of games is against the Cowboys, the Rams, the Panthers, and Kansas City. Saquon's got to step it up if he's going to put up similar numbers against those teams. We move on to the Master Cook. Master Cook is the 7th place team in these here rankings. He got the win. And really it's because DJ Moore got about 28 points. This week he takes on the only unbeaten. Kicking It with Younghoe is the only unbeaten Samuel's team. And, we all must ask ourselves quietly in the dead of the wintry night, does Alan have what it takes to unseat this criminally great team known as Kicking It with Younghoe? I don't know. We'll find out. So, moving on, we have the 6th place team. 5 and the 1 is 6. That's right. The 6th place team is O-Side Way to Go. That's right. Darren's team up 3 spots. They got the win against the Fancy Lads. They got a margin of victory of 53.42 points. That being said, Whitney did only score about 49 points. Might be the lowest amount. That's the lowest amount I've seen in a while. Although I think I got 39 points last year. So, and I still made the playoffs. So, actually, no, I didn't make the playoffs. That was a lie. Was it a fluke? Could it be a fluke that Darren did this, got this win? I don't know. Anyone would have beat Whitney this week. So, Darren got lucky. He's going to have to step it up. Next, we have the 5th place team, and the 5th place team is the Fancy Lads. But why is that? He scored so little. How could he still be ranked above the person that beat him? Well, Whitney's been scoring points. He's still got a great team. Kyler Murray. Travis Kelce's still the best tight end in the league. And the other pieces on Whitney's squad just had probably the worst week they're going to have all season. So I still have a lot of faith in Whitney and the Fancy Lads, and I'm not going to give up on them just yet. I'm not going to give up on you. He takes on Andrew's team. So the 5th place squad is going to go against the 12th place squad, and that could really shake things up. To the victor goes whatever that is. Next, we have the 4th place team, and the 4th place team in these here rankings is Team Diaper Funds. That's right. Corey's team also lost. He lost, and like Whitney's team, I'm still putting him up pretty high. One bad week does not a bad team make. That's what I say. He still has King Henry, Justin Herbert, and if you think that Corey is falling off just because he, has lost a week or two, he's scored the most points of anybody. And it's not just that. The 2nd place team, which happens to be Tanner's team, has scored 50 less points over 4 weeks. So Corey knows how to score. And it's time for Corey. These are my notes. It's time for Corey to get back on track. Stop messing around. Take that trip to wine country you've been thinking about, and that's exactly what he needs. He's going to go on a trip to wine country, Chateau St. Bargles, I believe, and let's do this. You can come back into your championship form this week, defeat the commissioner, make me delete the app. Moving on, we have the 3rd place team, and the 3rd place team in these here rankings is the I'm about to break. It's Limp Biscuit. The Limp Biscuits, that's right. The Limp Biscuits, not the outcome Michael wanted. I know he'd like to go undefeated all year, wouldn't we all? But it feels like he could have done that. Not anymore. But when you get Patrick Mahomes and he's putting up 42 points, you just kind of feel like you should get the win. I know that's how I felt. But life goes on. He only lost because he was going against the guy that scored the most points of anybody this week. More on that team in a sec. And he takes on Katie's team. Grand Salami time. Which way are we going to go? We'll find out together. We move on to the 2nd place team. The 2nd place team in these here rankings is Under Steps Boogeyman. Under the Steps Boogeyman. Ben, baby. Congratulations. He got the victory. Scored the most points. 136 to be exact, which, that's a good amount of points. You would have beat anybody. I feel like 136 really doesn't blow me away. But it was the most points this week. Debo Samuel paved the way with 32 points. Great job. I just got a text message before I started recording about the 60-day notice that you received. And so these are I was taking some notes. I hear this, and this is what I type these notes. And so these notes are for Ben. Although I am saddened to hear of the recent 6-day notice that you received, and that your time as my under the steps boogeyman, nay, the under the steps neighbor, nay again, under the steps friend. The boogeyman will stay in our hearts forevermore. I wrote that down. So, gonna have some fun, I guess, and not be too morose. We move on to the first place team, and I think by now, we get the picture here. Back-to-back weeks at number 1, it's Samuel's team, kicking it with the Younghoe, kicking it, sight, with the youngest of the hoes. He's undefeated, but it's not because he's been scoring the most points. That's obviously Corey's team and Tanner's team. He has been very favorable in his points against. He actually has the second least points against him, I believe. I was looking at that pretty quickly, so it might have been different, but I think it's second least. So he's been very lucky with his matchups. He has yet to feel the anguish of defeat this season, and I don't know how much longer can he maintain this winning. That's all I got. That's the 12 teams and their rankings going into week 5 of the NFL season. Hope everyone's having a great day, getting a little sunshine, vitamin D, and staying hydrated. What else? Oh,